Alright, in this part of our 2D platformer tutorial series, we're going to begin building our boss enemy. Now this is going to be kind of like a mini series inside of the series. It'll be a bunch of smaller videos rather than one really large video. So let's jump in. First things to note is we're going to be using, if you're following along with the same assets, this grotto escape to boss dragon. Something to note here is that while typically we'd want to match the player's pixel size, player's pixel size, which is 16 right now for this. 16 will make it kind of small and won't make it look very bossy, so to speak. So in this one, it's going to look a little more pixelated, but I set the pixels per unit for 8 in this one, just to kind of show you guys what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like, whereas if we put it down to 16 and press apply, now we put it next to him, it looks like a little dragon whelp instead of a full-on dragon, right? So that's why I'm leaving it 8. And delete that. So, as with always, this person, Asimov, was nice enough to cut all the sprites for us, so we don't actually have to do that. I do show you in other videos how to do that, so if you want to go back, you can check those. But let's dive in. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create an empty game object. Make sure that it's centered at 0, 0, 0. We're going to name this boss dragon. And we're going to just drag from our idle this first one right here into it. That way it's there. On our sorting layer, we're going to change this to enemy. And here we're gonna tag this as, we'll probably create a tag and call it boss. Now the way I'm picturing this is that it's gonna be kind of like a Sonic thing, since the squirrel already attacks when it's jumping, right, and spinning. This will be like a it won't be a recurring boss, but the enemies will be kind of Robotnik-esque in that you'll hit it a few times and then it'll die. But we're going to do that in a later video. So, here we go. Let's get our animations going. Actually, you know what? No. Let's, instead first, let's get this part going. So we're going to add a component. It's going to be rigid body 2D. We're going to make it kinematic. Set this to interpolate, collision detection, continuous, and freeze rotation. From here, let's go ahead and now get our animations going. So let's drag our project folder up here, per usual, and click on our animation folder. And press create. In our animations folder, we're going to create a folder by right clicking, going to new folder, typing in boss dragon, and we're going to name this animation idle. Now I will tell you that this animation does not have a lot going for it, or this boss doesn't have a lot going for it. It's got an idle, a breath, and a tail. So we'll have to figure out the movement in some form or fashion, probably do some sort of teleportation thing. But for now, what I'm doing is I am just dragging these every 8 frames per usual. So we got it 0, 8, 16, 24, 32. That's the first 5. And then this one, 40. And bring this one back to 48. So now we got this going on. it's looking pretty good, pretty snazzy. Let's go ahead and create another clip. We're going to name this breath. This is going to be the breath attack. Because our dragon is not a one-trick pony. He just can't walk, apparently. So, that's okay. We still love him anyways. And I'm just repeating the same thing with the breath attack every 8 frames when I can count. Now, since this is an attack, you don't have to put the first frame. I'm going to. I just think it'll look better. So if we play it. Oh, hold on. I think I missed something there. Stop. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I sure did. He went and it just disappeared. Let's try this again. Let's delete. Oh, no. Let's click this. Delete that one. And bring this guy in right there. There we go. Wait. Alright, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Yep, we're good. Alright. Alright, now let's try it. That looks better. Alright. And now let's go ahead and do another one because he's got a tail whip, so we're gonna type in tail. You know what, I'll just name it. No, we'll leave it tail. That's fine. We'll name it tail, press save, and we'll go to our tail animation. Now this one has 8 frames, so this is gonna go to about 1:03 when we add the next one. So we're gonna go 0 to 0. Alright, let's try this again. 0. I didn't want to open it. Tried to open it in my... Why is it not popping down? What's going on? Huh. That's really weird. Alright, not sure what happened there. It was just glitching out. I ended up just deleting the animations and recreating the tail. So now let's try dragging it again. And that's how it should look like. Alright, so 0 to 0, 1 to 8, 2 to 16, 3 to 24. I'm sure you guys get the hint by now. Not sure why that tried opening again. I think I need to replace my mouse. It's a single click and then it thinks I'm double clicking. So alright, and we're gonna middle mouse button press and move to the left and put this first one back over here at 63 or 1 second 3 frames, and let's just play it. There we go. Now that we got the frame set up, or the animation set up, we can go ahead and what do we want to do? I guess let's explain why we went ahead and set up our boss the way we did. So the rigid body, we're setting up to be kinematic instead of dynamic because our boss is going to be controlled manually. We're not going to be using So we don't really need the physics-based movement since it doesn't have a walk cycle, right? But we still need to be able to detect collisions and be detected by player attacks, which is why we're going to add a box collider to this. Maybe a circle collider? I don't know. Let's see what fits better. Let's try circle collider 2D. Let's go ahead and move this over some, bring it down some, increase that radius. So 2.7 looks good, minus 1.65 looks good. I'm gonna go 1.75. 6, 5. There we go. That way, if the player hits the head, then it doesn't register and it counts. We can make that look like it's a hit or something with that. So, let's see, what else do we need? I'm trying to think. We're gonna need some detectors when the tail hits him too. Alright, so what we're gonna do is add an empty game object, and we're gonna name this breath HB for hitbox. We're gonna create another one, and this is gonna be tail HB for tail hitbox. Let's go ahead over here and what do we want to do? We're gonna add a box collider 2D for this, for both of these actually. Let's go ahead and click on our dragon there. Let's go to our breath attack, and where do we want it placed? Probably here is where we want it. So let's move it to the left, bring it down, come on. And that looks about right for the height. Let's just double check, or the width. Let's go to breath. That is nowhere near long enough. So we're gonna extend it out basically to the squirrel. All right. Not like that. That'll give us a little bit of cushion, so it's like a close call moment. Alright, we're going to turn that off by default, which is fine. Now for the tail whip, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a box collider 2D. We're going to go ahead and I'm a knucklehead. Let's go ahead and turn on this breath real quick. Rather than doing the offsets like a knucklehead, let's go ahead and just move our empty game object right here, like that, and then turn on, we'll just turn off the whole thing. Now, let's move this down here, grab our boss enemy, go to our tail attack, looks like stops just before, right around that second divot of the gold pile. So that's where I'm going to try to get it to go. And we're just going to, again, just extend this out. Like so. I don't need to bring it all the way over there. So because the majority of the tail is going to be in this area right here. So there we go. We got that set up. That's all good to go. Both of these will be set as triggers. Whoops, not used by effector. It'll be triggers. Don't forget to press Control S to save often. And now let's go ahead and get our animator set up. We can get rid of that. That new animation was me trying to figure out what was going on with it. There was nothing to it. I was trying to figure out what was going on, why the keys wouldn't play. So we're going to set up first a transition to the breath attack. And from the breath attack, we're going to go from, and then tail to idle, and idle to tail. For these, we don't need an exit time. We can put our duration 0.01. Let's try this again, 0.01. There we go. So it's a fast transition. We're going to do the same thing. Remove the exit time. 0.01. The tail, remove the exit time. 0.01. So for our parameters, how do we want to do the parameters? Let's go ahead and do some triggers. We're going to go to, so click the plus sign, we're going to go to trigger. We're going to call this one breath, with a lowercase b, breath. We're going to add another one. We're going to call this tail. There we go. And so what we're going to say is condition is not breath. That shouldn't be it. We're going to go here, and condition is going to be breath. We're going to go here. This one needs an exit time. Or we can add a boolean. And we're going to say it is attacking. And we're going to say, we're going to make that equal, whoops, what in the world happened there? Equal to false. And then we're going to go to tail. And this is going to be tail. And then this transition back to idle is going to be is attacking is equal to false. So this is our main setup. This should work for us just pretty well. And then I guess in the next video we'll start coding and getting our state machines and the logic set up. I think first we're going to figure out the movement. I'm really leaning towards the making it flicker and then teleport to another side of the arena. So that's I think what we're going to do. Oh, real quick, otherwise I will forget. I did not want to maximize that. I wanted to bring our project back down and put this in our prefabs. Didn't want to zoom in on it either. Alright. So, I think I'm going to transition to a different mouse though, because this mouse is really starting to irritate me. Anyways, but besides that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Keep learning, keep building. I'll see you in the next one.